Hey, sir.
I'll blow your
Whoa, whoa.
Take it. Help him out. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me.
We here. We shot him. All right.
542 direct. 543 direct.
We shot him. Come on, guys.
Criminals took.
You said this is why you be feeling bad for cops.
Yes.
They put themselves in that goddamn finger
I
position.
know, but still.
Shoot, that ain't no finger
It's
fault.
a criminal, though.
Huh.
Now, if the cop was wrong, I would not feel any sympathy for him. But
Listen.
guess what? The cop was right in this, this case.
Listen. They should never expect they can goddamn get in a shootout with a YN. That's their freaking fault. And if it ain't no YN, then they got the right to get in a shootout. But him. Alright. Although what we got today is when ruthless criminals took down cops. Man, as I was seeing the first 24 seconds of this video, that crap is hectic. Go ahead and get into this video. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Really do hope you all enjoy this video. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Cops, starting with a violent suspect who struck an officer in the head, leaving him with a devastating brain injury.
I'm gonna try not
On
to pause
January
it as
30th,
much.
2022, a tragic and deadly incident unfolded in Crofton, Maryland, when officers responded to a domestic disturbance call. A woman had dialed 911, reporting that her son had assaulted her and was refusing to let her leave the home. Given the
Oh yeah, it's a YN. What I say? You don't approach YNs. Why is the police officers approaching YNs? This is their problem.
urgent nature of the call,
And that's facts.
officers were dispatched to the scene immediately, but they had no idea how deadly the encounter was about to become.
One of three. What do you say? One of three. Just wait until we get another door. County police! County police!
Steve, when you're ready to are you calling?
Never two in the house goes through. County police!
Tougher.
County police, make yourself known!
It's already quiet. Something finna go down.
County police! Make yourself known!
Oh, you hear help? Go ahead and go. Start rushing. What y'all doing? You hear help?
The mother repeatedly called out for help, but officers couldn't immediately reach her, unsure if the suspect was armed or posed an imminent threat. Her son, 20-year-old Deonta Quarles Jr., had no prior
He's a YN, but don't look like it. He's
criminal
approachable.
record and
What?
was likely experiencing a mental health crisis. After the mother confirmed that he was unarmed, officers forced entry into the room, but they underestimated him. Even without a weapon, he was capable of seriously harming the officers.
Ain't they at gunpoint?
If I'm
Yeah.
shooting, I'm telling you, I'm shooting.
You shooting just because they start charging at you?
Yay!
With no freaking gun?
Don't move!
If they're coming to punch me, I'm coming to shoot them. Free ground with you.
What? No! The officer is going to jail. I'm pretty
That's-
sure. For murder, yes he is. Or he's getting suspended or something.
Yeah,
like that.
suspended. He's not finna go to jail. You know how many times cops get worse than that and they ain't
Yeah.
going to jail? They
Yeah.
ain't going to jail.
Yeah, you right.
You're gonna get tased. Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground. Come on, man. Come on.
You went past the first cop and charged at the freaking second cop.
So
For
you-
what reason?
So, at that point, if that person, I mean, the cop that was getting beat up, shot him, would that be self-defense?
Yeah, apparently it would. This man is dumb.
The situation was far from
They did say it
over.
was a
It was
mental
about to
problem.
become even more deadly than anyone could have imagined. Inside the
There
room,
you go.
officers encountered Quarles
They
and his
can hear you
mother.
more.
At first, Quarles complied
They can
with
already hear me.
commands
I'm
to get on
yelling.
the ground. But as officers moved in to handcuff him, he suddenly stood up, bolted out of the bedroom, and tackled Officer First Class
he
Jonathan
got-
Ricci, striking him repeatedly in the head. Other officers quickly intervened, pulling Quarles
Come on
off
with these
Ricci and
buttocks.
attempting to restrain him. A taser was deployed during the struggle, but had no effect. At this point, Quarles was
The
extremely
taser had
aggressive
no
and willing
effect
to
because
do
it's
anything to
adrenaline,
escape
bro.
the
I'm telling you, bro.
situation.
I'm telling you, at this point, that's when you pull out the gun and then you
His
shoot
foot.
him. Yeah.
Like, that's a clear foot shot right there.
Get him by my finger off! Go shoot the fuck!
I'm telling you, even that cop knows to shoot him.
Is he biting him? Oh my god.
Oh, they shot him. They shot him. They shot him.
Look, he's biting. No, that's his mouth. His hand, his finger
Oh,
in his
no.
mouth. Like, his finger is in his mouth right now.
Be like, good boy.
I prom. What? I am beating the. I'm
I'm a smart one because I would have been in that predicament. You want to know why? Because I already shot him and he's on the floor bleeding.
Oh my god,
Okay.
that's different. I'm making it worse. He gonna get beat by these hands. Bring that gun. I'm beating him with these hands. You heard me?
Bro, he's so goddamn.
Yeah.
The way you move with your arms. They shot though.
They shot him?
It's a gunshot. Oh, they shot the officer!
During the struggle, Quarles bit
No
down
way.
on Officer Ricci's fingers and refused to let go. While still being bitten, Ricci managed to draw his service weapon and fired, fatally wounding Quarles. Other officers quickly moved in and took control, but Ricci's condition deteriorated rapidly. He had suffered devastating brain injuries during the assault, and as minutes passed, he began slipping away, losing awareness, movement, and control of his body.
Wait, did he get shot? That person got bit.
Come to me.
Oh,
Come to me.
so nobody got shot?
I don't think so. Why is so much water bottle?
Home Alone
Get
type
his
stuff.
finger bit off. Even if he didn't get his finger bit
Ah,
off.
I
that
just came.
Ah.
This is exactly why I would have shot him right when he was rushing in. Stuff like this can happen.
Gotta take the chances though. You ain't always supposed to beak and pow.
If I know he's gonna punch me, a beaky beaky pow.
You guys know?
Just the fucking
Okay. Come on, man.
Here, right?
He shot you in the finger. Okay.
I feel bad for that cop.
Officer Ricci was quickly escorted from the home and rushed to a nearby hospital. He had
They just
suffered a
pushed-
serious hand injury from the
Wait,
bite
it
and
did,
was
bro?
later escorted from the
Yes.
home and rushed to a
His
nearby
head.
hospital. He had suffered
But
a
not his
serious
head, but his
hand
back.
injury from the bite and was later diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury. Meanwhile,
can tell
paramedics
you.
arrived shortly afterward and pronounced Quarles dead at the scene.
So he the
Following
one that got
standard
shot.
protocol, Ricci
Who?
was placed on
The,
administrative
the
leave
man, the
pending
black
the
man.
investigation. On October
The one that
3rd,
rushed in.
2022,
Okay, good.
the Maryland
the
Attorney
they
General's
pronounced
office
him dead
released
on the
its
scene.
final report,
Good.
concluding that the use of deadly force was legally justified. In the aftermath, Dianta's mother, Meekle Quarles, said she regretted calling 911. The family later filed a federal civil rights lawsuit through
Any
attorney
mother
Mal-
would, bro. If your son dies, let's be honest, any mother would freaking regret.
But what if she
Just from your
didn't?
son putting your hands on you.
But what if she didn't call the cops and then he killed her? Because you never know. Anything could have happened.
He was not finna kill his own
No,
mother.
they said that he's mentally unstable.
I know, but he
So
was not finna kill
when
his
you're
own mother.
ill like that, you won't know what you're doing until after you do it.
He was not finna. It wasn't even look like he was doing nothing to her for real.
She was scared for her life.
He was
though.
not, bro. They didn't even say she was bruised in any type of way or nothing.
Oh yeah, they didn't get there yet. Let's see.
They ain't gonna get there. I'm gonna go to the next another
Malcolm
one.
Ruff. Officer Ricci was treated for his injuries, later released from the hospital, and remains employed with the Anne Arundel County Police Department. As the officer in this case was lucky to survive, the officers in our next case don't share the same fate when they lost one of their own right in front of their eyes.
Did you see that?
No.
The officers in our next case don't share the same fate when they lost one of their own right in front of their eyes.
You not see his hat just being flew off.
No.
Share the
Weird.
same fate when they lost one of their own right in front of their eyes.
Oh dang!
That man popped his cap off. Literally. They gone.
On May
Days
10th,
gone.
2021, officers with the San Luis Obispo Police Department attempted to serve a warrant at the home of 37-year-old Edward Gueron, who was under investigation for a string of commercial burglaries. Around 5 p.m., officers were dispatched to the residence, unaware of just how deadly the encounter would become. While they knew Gueron had a history of resisting arrest and might be armed, they didn't realize he also carried a dangerous mindset, one that would soon put their lives in serious jeopardy.
You haven't had your camera on this whole time? Police department, search warrant, open open the door. We're gonna force entry. Giron?
Edward, Giron.
Edward, open the door.
Don't open that door.
Edward,
Don't
it's
open
police
that door.
department. Open the door.
Now advise y'all not to bust that door open.
Officers gave him multiple commands to open the door, but there was no response from within the apartment. After a period of silence and no voluntary compliance from the suspect, officers initiated a forced entry. But little did they know, this was the moment Giron had been waiting for to execute his deadly plan that would give all of them a nightmare.
Say GG's.
Edward, come out here.
3, 2, and 1. Bah! Dang. 3, 2, and oh dang. Have you while you say anything? Dang, that man got his cap blew off. His cap blew back. I should say. Shots fired and 1 down. You got that part.
Like a IRL.
He's got a gun. He's shooting at us. All units. All units.
Except you're dying if you get shot.
They 1 down. I
As
don't
they
think he
breached
seen
the
him get
door,
shot. He
Giron,
ran.
armed
He
and
heard the
waiting
gunshot and
with a
ran.
12-gauge shotgun, opened fire. The first blast struck Detective Luca Benedetti, fatally wounding him. At the same
dead.
time, Detective Steve Orozco was hit while trying to retreat, suffering head injuries from the wadding of a shotgun slug. Miraculously, the slug missed critical areas, and Orozco was able to move to cover despite his injuries. But the danger wasn't over. During the chaos, Giron reportedly managed to grab Benedetti's service rifle after the detective went down, escalating the threat even further.
No, I'm from the hood. Like, I'm really from the Bronx. Like, what am I mother? Like, come on now. I hear these every night in the
He want to be light skinned and from the hood at the same time. It don't work.
Yes, it did.
It don't work.
It did.
It don't
it
work.
Does.
It do not work.
Are you okay, Steve?
Hit in the head and arm.
Over here, you got a good shot. Shot from here.
I'm bad. Wait, did he go back inside?
Yeah, he just stumbled, bro.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Don't tell me they didn't hit him
Get
not
those guys,
once
Sarge.
after he hit 2 of their officers. I promise you. They suck. If this
The
was Call of
standoff
Duty, they would have
lasted
been
more
gone.
than 15 minutes. During the exchange, officers managed to
They're
wound
probably real
Giron,
life.
forcing
I'm
him
just
to
saying,
retreat
hey, let's be
deeper
honest,
into
if
his
Call of Duty,
apartment.
they'd have been
Additional
gone,
units,
out.
including SWAT,
Like, he would've
arrived
came out,
shortly after
pow,
and secured
beat,
the
they'd have
area,
been running.
unaware of what they would soon discover. When officers finally made entry, they found Edward Giron dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, with Detective Benedetti's rifle lying nearby. Benedetti was rushed to the hospital but tragically succumbed to his injuries. Detective Orozco was treated for non-life-threatening wounds and eventually recovered. Next, you will see a mass shooter who opened fire on officers, leaving one seriously wounded and slowly losing her life.
Her life. Oh yeah, this man going now. AO
On May
double
15,
hockey stick.
2023, officers from Farmington, New Mexico faced a life-or-death situation when an armed shooter opened fire.
double
The
hockey
suspect,
stick.
Yeah.
18-year-old Bo Wilson, began shooting at neighboring homes and cars just hours before his high school graduation, tragically taking 3 innocent lives. Farmington police responded
These
quickly
two?
Why
to
did he take-
de-escalate,
and why they all gotta be
tragically taking
old?
3
No,
innocent
for real.
lives.
Why they all gotta be
Farmington
old?
police
They all
responded
look like they could
quickly
be his
to
grandmother.
de-escalate the
For
situation,
real.
but had no idea of the nightmare awaiting them.
I'm at Dustin and Navajo. Be advised, this guy is right in front of the church. I see him. Get behind the car, sir.
I'm just going home.
Get behind the car now.
Going home.
Good. I have eyes on the suspect. He's walking south. He's wearing all black, skinny. He's in front of the Methodist church, walking southbound on Dustin.
Copy, Millen, all black southbound on Dustin, Methodist Church.
I'm being told he's got an automatic weapon. Hey, Farmington police! See your hands!
So man got an AR on him. Oh my god, yeah, it's over with.
He just took off, White House, directly south of the church. More shots are being fired.
Officer Stephen Boitano was among the first to arrive and was stunned by the terror the teen had unleashed on the neighborhood. Soon more officers arrived to assist, but things quickly took a horrible turn. The suspect shifted his evil eyes to another neighboring house, and the officers had to take immediate action before it was too late.
Man probably only got one clip on him too. Just wait till he races him up.
Dustin and Navajo. Right here, follow me. Right up here by the White House. White House on the left east side. Left side. Hey, please, get out of the way. Get shots fired. Too late, I have Sarge. A couple of detectives with me. Get back inside, people! Arms to your hands!
I'm shot!
Arms to
Somebody busted me.
Arms to your hands!
I'm shot!
Don't tell me he shot 2 officers without them shooting him once. Please do not tell me that happened. Please do not tell me. I cannot watch this, bro. Why do I keep putting myself through this?
Where you hit? Where?
Oh, he's gone.
Where's your tourniquet?
Oh, he gone.
As Wilson opened fire on the officers, Sergeant Rachel DeScenza was struck and seriously
That was a
injured,
girl?
slowly
That was a
losing
girl?
consciousness from the pain. Other
sounded like a whole
officers
man.
returned
I'm not
fire
even
and worked quickly to neutralize Wilson. Once the gunfire stopped, they found Wilson on the ground and took him into custody. He was later pronounced dead at the scene. In the pocket of his discarded vest, officers discovered a note that read, "If you're reading this, I'm the end of the chapter." Meanwhile, officers rendered first aid to Sergeant Rachel DeScenza. She was transported to the hospital, treated, and later released to continue her recovery at home. In total, 3 people lost their lives during Wilson's violent rampage. 6 others were wounded, including Sergeant DeScenza and Officer Andreas Stamatiadis, who was shot while responding to the scene. According to police, Wilson fired at least 150 rounds from a modified AR-15 rifle. He opened fire on 7 homes and shot at 11 passing vehicles in the neighborhood. Next, you'll see how a husband...
That's what you call a real YN right there. No, if you want to talk about a YN, my boy Camo ain't nothing compared to him.
Gun pointing it at officers and ready to do the unthinkable. On April 13th, 2021, the Garden City Police Department received a 911 call reporting a domestic disturbance. While the exact nature of the incident was not publicly disclosed, 13th, 2021, the Garden City Police Department received a 911 call reporting a domestic disturbance. While the exact nature of the incident was not publicly disclosed, records suggest it involved a heated and possibly violent dispute inside the home. 3 patrol officers were quickly dispatched to the scene to investigate the situation, but they had no idea this night was about to turn into a hellish nightmare they would never forget.
Hello, Garden City.
Yep.
All right. What's going on?
He's drunk.
Okay.
And being
Okay. And?
I can't deal with it.
Okay. All right. Is he still inside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is he just drunk? No weapons? No nothing like that?
No.
Are you injured?
No.
Okay. Do you need medical or anything?
No, but I think he does.
Okay.
I scratched him.
All right. Can you move off the
This is a female, right? Yeah, I think it's a girl.
porch and you can talk to my partner over here? Is he gonna come?
The officer knocked on the door and waited, but there was no response from inside. The person involved was 58-year-old Andrew Bunday, the husband of the woman who called. She initially told...
I told you that was a girl.
Oh, wait, for real?
Uh-huh. Because that's her wife. That's his wife.
Seriously, sound like a whole guy.
Nah, but she's old and smoke. You see her with a cigarette in her goddamn hand?
Seriously?
Yes.
Officers, there were
When
no
they
weapons in
walk-
the house, something that would soon prove tragically wrong. The officer waited on the porch for a few moments, unaware of the danger about to come from within.
Hey, sir.
I'll blow your head off.
Whoa,
Get back!
It just happened that fast?
So he had a gun?
Yes, he was drunk. And
Yeah,
he came
that
out,
girl is smart for calling the cops.
I'll blow your back. I'll blow your beep, 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 beep.
No, that girl is smart for calling the cops.
Why you think she's gonna kill? You think he was gonna kill her?
Uh-huh. When you're drunk, you don't be knowing what you be doing.
Get back!
No, he wouldn't have. I don't think so.
750, we have one subject down. Get back.
Bunda abruptly exited the residence, emerging with a handgun and immediately raising it toward the officers. Facing a lethal threat and his refusal to comply, 2 of the 3 officers fired their weapons in rapid succession. Multiple shots struck Bunda, who collapsed just outside the residence. Emergency medical services were called, and officers quickly moved to render aid. Despite their efforts and rapid medical response, Bunda was pronounced dead shortly after paramedics arrived and took over care. The 2 officers who fired were placed on administrative leave during the investigation. Later, the Ada County Prosecutor's Office ruled the use of force justified. Bundy's family did not file a civil lawsuit, and there has been little public comment from his relatives. Next, you'll see how a driver...
They ain't like him for real. I'm telling you. They did not like him for real. You see that? How they didn't say, oh my God, why did you do that? I'm pressing charges on the person who shot him. I'm getting paid for this one. Nah, they ain't care about that dude. I'm telling you, bro.
launched a sudden ambush during a traffic stop, nearly taking an officer's life. On June 5th, 2024, a routine traffic stop turned into a deadly confrontation when an armed suspect opened fire on an officer, nearly taking his life. The incident unfolded as 3 Chicago police officers attempted to stop a vehicle due to malfunctioning brake lights. The car eventually pulled into a dead-end street and came to a stop, but it was a complete trap for the officers. As they approached to speak with the driver, they had no idea about the deadly plan the suspect was about to execute.
I got her.
Yo, that was a gun?
I thought that was pepper spray for a second.
Which one? Where's this? 6-9 in Sangamon, squad. 6-9 in Sangamon. 10-1.
761 boy collars, 10-1, shots fired, is by the police, that's police. 6-9 in Woods, 6-9 in Woods, 761 boy collars, 10-1.
Got you, bro. I got you.
Police, that's the police.
Mano.
Hey, take me to University of Chicago. Squad, we don't be on shot.
I got you, bro.
761 boy says shots fired, is police, request EMS all
6-9 in Sangamon. 6-9 in Sangamon. Squad, we're taking 1 PO to USC right now.
Don't tell me his whole arm got shot up. That looked like his arm was like on the ground, just bro.
I caught that villain. I mean,
You said that villain. This man just said they better have caught that villain.
That criminal.
Get.
He most likely dead. What he mean?
The situation escalated quickly. As officers approached, the driver suddenly exited his vehicle and opened fire, striking Officer Moreno in the arm and torso. One of his fellow officers returned fire, hitting the suspect multiple times. Officer Moreno's partners quickly applied a tourniquet to his arm and rushed him to the hospital, where he was listed in serious but stable condition and later released after treatment. Meanwhile, the driver was taken into custody and transported to Advocate Christ Medical Center in critical condition, but he survived the encounter. The suspect, identified as 27-year-old Jerome Halsey, was...
He right past the YN. I don't know how he survived, bro. Loki, I do not know how he survived. Unk status. He should be dead. He lived too long.
charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated battery, and aggravated assault. His bond was set at
he should be
$1
gone.
million. Next, you'll see how
Oh, never mind. That's good.
suspect ambushed 2 officers, but their K-9 partner saved the day. On March 12, 2023, law enforcement responded to reports of vehicle break-ins in a residential neighborhood in St. Petersburg. Corporal Matthew Aitken, a K-9 handler, arrived with his partner, K-9 Taco, while Sergeant Jake Viano joined as backup. They began canvassing the area, unaware that the suspect was lying in wait, hidden and intent on doing serious harm to any officer who came close.
you hold that when you're ready?
Aitken deployed K9
He ain't from the
Taco to
hood, for
begin
real.
the
He
track,
not know how to
and the
jump a
dog
fence.
quickly picked up the scent, setting the stage for a deadly encounter. As they moved through yards and jumped a fence, they unknowingly closed in on the suspect. When Aitken and K9 Taco entered a backyard, the suspect was already lying in wait behind cover, ready to launch a deadly ambush.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Sir, those canines, stop! Get Show me your hands! Get your hands out like seal!
The dog got him. The dog. He said, "You want to kill my partner?" You looking at? Is that not how the dog is? They're looking at me for no reason, bro.
Show me your hands! Get your hands out like seal!
In a sudden ambush, the suspect opened fire on Aitken at close range. Aitken was struck 3 times in critical areas, severely injured and slowly losing consciousness. Immediately after, K9 Taco charged at Bostic, physically engaging him and preventing the suspect from delivering a fatal shot. The suspect also fired multiple rounds at Sergeant Viano, who returned fire during the chaos. Several of Viano's shots struck the suspect, neutralizing him. The entire exchange lasted only seconds. Backup arrived shortly after, and Corporal Aitken was rushed to the hospital, where he underwent surgery. Despite his severe injuries, he survived and continues to recover. The suspect, identified as 23-year-old Dominique Bostic, was pronounced dead at the scene. Both K9 Taco and Sergeant Viano were unharmed. The Pinellas County Sheriff later credited K9 Taco's bravery as a key reason Aitken survived the ambush. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more,
Do that for me, free him. Listen, if y'all really did enjoy this video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Hope y'all really did enjoy that vibe, and see y'all in the next one.